So let me do that.
Thank you.
And welcome back to those of you that have made it this morning. Good Yontif and Shana Tova to all of you. And today we're going to be looking at a couple of things which I think are quite interesting. And that is, someone mentioned last week, file formats. And that seems to be a very tricky one. What do the various file formats do? How do we know which one is which? So generally, if you look at the most common ones, you will find .pdf is obviously a PDF document, and those are often read by Acrobat Reader or some free sort of PDF reader. You can open up a PDF in Microsoft Word, the newer versions. They do import PDFs in as a Word document, and you can also view some PDFs using your browser. So if you've got Chrome or you've got Microsoft Edge, a lot of them have enabled you to view a PDF online. Then, of course, you've got a .doc or docx, DOC or DOCX. Those are Microsoft Word formats. Microsoft .doc is generally a Word .doc format. The only difference is when there's a docx, I think that is the more secure version. A lot of businesses will use it, and they will tend to use that to protect documentation. Let me just make sure that my phone is on silent. But at the end of the day, it's neither here nor there. If you're going to use a doc or docx, it should work just fine without any problems. Then, of course, you've got .xl, and that is generally a Excel sheet. You've got .powerpoint. You've got .wav, which is a WAV file. That's normally a music file. .mp3 is also a music file. The different formats. The WAV is generally something that they play with the Windows media player. An MP3 can play on many things. In fact, some cars have got the ability for you to store a whole bunch of MP3 files on a flash drive. So you take all your MP3 files of the songs that you like, you copy them onto your little flash drive, and in the front of the CD player or DVD player, whatever it is in your car, they might have a USB port. And if you plug in your flash drive, you will be able to actually play all your songs on your flash drive if they are in MP3 format. So that's also quite a little useful tip for those of you that would like to put music in their car and you're sick and tired of the current music that is on the radio. You can put your own music in and have no problems. Of course, there will be formats that people send you that you've never seen before. So to make life a little bit easier, there is a website called www.online-convert.com/file type. I will put that in the chat for those of you that would like to check it out. But you can always just Google. And if you have a look over here, I will share my screen so that you can see it. Let's go like this. And if you have a look over here, it's got all the different types of formats that most people would notice. Ones that are worth looking at are things like this Z7Z. You wouldn't really notice it, but it's normally an old version of a compressed file. And that means in the old days, they used to compress rather large files into smaller ones. And if you want to install it, you'd have to uncompress it and then work with the files within that little pack. So, of course, there are different versions of packed files, and 7Z is one of them. ACE is another. APK is another. These are all different versions of actually packing up a group of files, which you then have to unzip when you are using them. And of course, Windows generally has an unzip program built into open up a file like that. And of course, if you're looking at, for example, spreadsheets, you would see that a CSV file can work on a range of different products, but it just means comma separated values. And it's not a standard file that you would use in Excel, but sometimes, for example, if you are saving all the email addresses from your contact list in your phone or your email program, and you export the file, it asks you what format would you like to export it. And some people will go for comma separated values, CSV. And what that does is it just puts the information, but commas in between. So when you import it again into another program, it says, okay, each thing between the commas is a new field and we know what to do. And then of course, you've got your XLS file, that's an Excel spreadsheet. And then you've got an XLSX, which is the more secure version. And then of course, you've got a whole bunch of other little files there, which you probably wouldn't need to know. But just for your own information, you can always go search it up, find out what it is for, and you can even find out who created it. And that might give you some information if you are looking for additional information about that particular file type. Okay, so that was file types. Generally, what I would normally do is make sure that my computer handles the default file types. And what do I mean by that? This is important. So I'm going to share my screen. Hopefully you'll be able to see it. I'm going to go along here to the search bar on the bottom of my screen, and I'm going to type in default apps. Default apps, and I click on it. And what it says here is that the default email program is going to be Outlook. So whenever I open up an email or want to send an email, the default program that it will open will be Microsoft Outlook. If I want to play a music file, the default program it will open is VLC. That's my favorite media player program. If I want to watch a video, I don't want the Windows media player to open. I want VLC to open the file because it plays pretty much all the formats. And sometimes you get a format, when you click on it, Windows Media Player opens, but it can't play that format. And then you think, well, now I can't play that file, but VLC will. So all you do is you make VLC your media player. So what you can do is, let's say, for example, I've got web browser. I can click on the web browser here and choose which one I want to be the default. Of course, because I'm using Windows 10, it's going to recommend Microsoft Edge and say you should be using this one. But I prefer Google Chrome, so I've selected it. And of course, you can also choose default apps by file type. So if there's a certain file type and you want a certain program to open it, you can choose those quite easily. And then that becomes a set thing. So for example, if I find a video file, let's see if I can find a video file. Let's go to videos. And I open up any file on my computer. What's going to happen, let's choose this one. It automatically opens up in VLC. It's not going to play Windows Media. Windows Media would look like this. Let's see if I can go to Open With. And here's the normal Windows Media Player. Let's just go Finish. So it also plays in Windows Media Player, no problem. And this is the standard one that your computer comes with if you've got Windows. But of course, I prefer the functionality of using VLC because it's got this feature here where I can boost the volume, I can change the speed, and I can do a whole bunch of other things like, for example, subtitles. I can add a subtitle track, video, I can crop it, I can zoom in, I can even flip the screen around. If I go to effects and filters, I can do certain things over here, video effects. I can adjust the image. I can remove certain things. I can sharpen it, which is a lot more powerful than Windows Media Player. So that's just my preference, that I like to set my default programs to open up with the things that I'm used to, and I never have to think about it. It just does it automatically. All right. Let's see what we've got next for you. Ooh, this is a nice one. We never did this one the last time, and I was a bit surprised. Let me see if I can log in with my cell phone, and hopefully that will behave itself. Let's see. Did I create? Let me just see if I saved the actual. Is it here? Just having a look to see if I saved the link. So I'm going to have to send myself the link quickly. Let me go into Zoom and just go like this. Participants, invites, and just email myself a link quickly. So while that's happening, a lot of people ask me, are there any nice programs to use when you are trying to learn a language? And I always say, absolutely. There are some lovely programs out there. You've just got to find them. And there are some apps that you can put onto your phone that have got very good ratings in terms of learning a language. And we're going to check now to see if the email has come through. Let's see if I've got my email coming through. And then I'll be able to join in. The technology has been misbehaving a little bit today. Come on, email. Is it sending it out? We don't know yet. Well, while that's going on, hold on, maybe something's coming through. Let's see. All right. So what you do is you go to your Play Store or your iTunes store and you download Duolingo. D-U-O-L-I-N-G-O. And Duolingo is basically a very simple app to use. I'm going to now demonstrate it. Let me quickly join the Zoom. Welcome to myself. I am here. Maybe, well, I don't want to share the audio, but we'll make a plan. I'm just going to quickly make myself, oh, I already am a co-host, so then I can share my screen. Here we go. So if I go along and I just search for Duolingo, because I have installed it, I click on Duolingo, and it says, get started. So I click on get started. What language would you like to learn? Quite a few languages. Oh, they've got Hebrew. How did you hear about us? We heard it on the news. I know a few words at most. I can have simple conversations. I'm an intermediate or higher. Let's go with I know a few words. Why are you learning? Because I am going to travel there. So it says here, this is the course content. There's 9,300 words, 8,300 sentences. And these are the tasks that they will do. Continue. I'm going to try and do casual, 5 minutes a day. Continue. Let's start from unit number 1. Continue. It's now loading. Right. Which of these words is love? Now, of course, I don't know about you, but that's a bit tricky because if you can't read Hebrew, then it doesn't really help. But I think I know which one is love. Let's check. Correct. So I'm not so sure that that is helping me if I can't actually read Hebrew. I know what the picture is, and I can work out which one it is, but that's not really helping me. So then it says, this is a new word. Tap it to learn what it means. And I'm going to put this to the microphone so you can hear. Oh, it's not actually making the sound. It just says dad or father. So if I translate this word, dad, check, well done. So very, very basic skills there, but I'm not so convinced that's really helping me. Let's go back to a language like maybe Italian. Let's go like that to Italian. Let's go to, heard it on the radio. Why are you learning? Travel. Okay, continue. 5 minutes a day. Start from unit 1. And now the difference is that I can pretty much put like il ragazzo, la ragazza, la donna, and la uomo. So which one of those is man? I'm going to guess la uomo. Let's have a look. L'uomo, listen. So it actually says it when you touch it, and that is correct. So now I know l'uomo is man. Continue. Which of these is the girl? Hajira, do you know which one is the girl?
La donna.
You going with la donna? Are you sure?
Oh, no. Le raga. How do you pronounce it?
La ragazza. Let's have a look.
La ragazza.
La ragazza. Actually, it's not la gaza, it's gazza. So la ragazza is a girl in Italian. Now that's helping me. I know l'uomo is a man. La ragazza is a girl. And that is correct. Una ragazza. Which one of those is it? Man, boy, let's hear it again. Una ragazza. Something about a girl. I'm going to put there a girl. Una ragazza. Let's see if that's right. Correct. Woo! I'm getting quite good. So if you want to say a girl, you say una ragazza. And already you can start to see in that short amount of time, we're starting to learn some key phrases. And it continues. It gives you love. It shows you hearts at the top there. It's telling you that you're doing an amazing job. And we'll try one more. Which one of these is the boy? Now remember, the girl was la ragazza.
Just la donna. No, I don't know.
I'm going to go with il ragazzo because it ends in an O. And remember, l'uomo ends in an O. So il ragazzo ends in an O. I'm going to go with the top one.
Il ragazzo.
Il ragazzo. Is that right?
Il ragazzo.
It is correct. Look at me. I think I'm going to be fluent in Italian. So without looking, close your eyes, Ejira. Do you remember what man is in Italian?
Ragazza. Una ragazza.
L'uomo is a man, and la ragazza is a girl, and il ragazzo is a boy. So far, we're doing well. Let's have a look. Which of these is the woman? And I'm going to go with la donna. Let's see.
La donna.
That is correct. It is la donna. So now I know what man, girl, boy, and woman is. And that didn't take very long. I must admit that was quite easy to learn. And now you got 5 correct in a row. Well done. Continue. What is la donna? I'm going to say woman. Oh, the woman. The woman. Correct. Woo! I'm doing quite nicely at this, actually. Un ragazzo. Is that a boy or a girl? Well, if it ends in an O, I'm going to go with a boy. So I'm going to go a boy. Oh, please, I should go and skip the first course and go straight on to the second one. So what I like about this is it starts off very simple. You can keep playing the sound.
Un ragazzo. Un ragazzo.
And you can play on each word.
Ragazzo. Un ragazzo.
And that will help you to understand what the words are that you are learning. And I think with a little bit of practice, you could be speaking very basic Italian or Hebrew, although the Hebrew, as I said, they weren't actually saying what the word was. If you can't speak, if you can't read Hebrew, then that is a problem. You can only identify the words, and that doesn't really help, I must be honest.
So will you find all the African languages in there as well?
That is a good question. I never checked. Let's have a look. Isitosa, let's see. More. They've got Yiddish. Don't think they don't have Yiddish. Let's go to, they've got Greek. Maybe let's just do a search for it. No, that's for English speakers. No.
You know what the most used African language is?
Zulu?
Is
Or
it Zulu?
Xhosa? No, I think it's Xhosa. We're going to see if we can find it. You've obviously got to look through. I'm not seeing it here, but maybe we can actually, maybe if you've got an account, you've got access to more languages. I'm not sure. That is a good question. I will see if I can find that out. Let's go like this. We're going to go like this. And we are going to use our Google searching skills. We're going to go, can I learn Xhosa on Duolingo? Let's see. Duolingo's next languages, Zulu and Xhosa. Ooh. And this is in June of 2021. So that means it might not be there yet, but it's on the way. They are actually, it says here, let's just have a look. Oh, you see, they're now looking for a Zulu and a Xhosa course specialist because they're adding it in. So give it a while and they will have Xhosa and Zulu added to Duolingo. So that is the intention. Right now, they are employing people to help develop it. So does that answer your question? Excellent. And it really is a very simple thing to use. And it's on an app. And we all like using apps because they are on our phones. And then we can make use of these things quite easily. All right. The next thing I want to show you is a thing called grumpy seniors. What do I mean by grumpy seniors? Have you ever had that moment where you've gone into a shop and you bought yourself a lovely pillow slip? It was percale, it was hand woven with the snot of 15 silkworms. I mean, the marketing spiel was amazing. You felt that you needed that pillow because no one else in the world had it. You put it on your bed And the first night, the entire pillow comes apart. So you go back to the shop and say, excuse me, I bought a pillow here yesterday and it literally fell to threads while I was sleeping on it. And the shopkeeper looks at you and goes, there's a good reason for that. It's because the way you sleep, you bite your pillow and you ripped up the pillow. I'm not going to return your money because you were not looking after the product. And you're like, excuse me? What are you talking about? And he says, get out of my shop. I reserve the right to kick customers out of my shop if I don't want you here. And you think, that is not very nice service. So who do you complain to? Who do you go up to someone and say, excuse me, this shop is really, really bad. So you go tell your friend, and your friend says, well, I wasn't going to go buy a verstinkte pillow there anyway. So that doesn't really help you. So along comes Hello Peter. And Hello Peter is a service that is basically allowing consumers to give positive and negative reviews. So let's have a look at Hello Peter. I'm going to click on my link over here. Let's type in Hello Peter. Hello Peter, there we go. And there's Hello Peter. You'll see it's got a nice little hello with a smile underneath. Remember, it's not always about complaints. It's also if I'm about to buy something and I want to know if that product is legit or if the people who are selling it are legit, this is where I come. So let's see if I can sign in. I don't know if it will remember me or not. I don't even know if I had a sign in. Did I have one? Maybe I had one. Let's have a look. No, I clearly didn't. So without signing in, let's just do a search. All right. I've heard about do you think you guys would be there? Cape Jewish Seniors. Sorry, there are no results for the Cape Jewish Seniors. So if you've had a good experience with them, if you are signed in, you can write a review. I have been working with the Cape Jewish Seniors for the last 5 decades. They are an amazing group of people. They provide a varied number of programs, and they make the best biscuits in Cape Town. So you could write a lovely review, but now let's pretend I am looking for something. I would like to buy a bed from a place. Felicity, do you know any bed places that you would go and buy a bed? Something that's well known, maybe? You on mute at the moment? Are you able to unmute? Let's have a look. Try there now.
No, I don't really know of anywhere special.
So is there anything that you want to buy in the next month or two? Something that you've been thinking about?
Say a carpet.
A carpet. Should we try carpet? Oh, there's John Doe Flooring. I wonder if they are any good. Right now, they have an average of 1.77 out of 5 stars, and they've had 13 reviews. Let's have a look. The nightmare of this company. Okay, so it says star in hell. I'm wondering what that could mean. Is this what you call service? Reclaim number 1, 2, 3. Yes, I'm swearing because I'm not at the very end of my patience. And so I assume I'm now at the very end of my patience. And so would you be. I'm angry. I do not know what to say. Today, I take another day off work and the JD guys arrive again with So these guys are supplying the wrong thing. It's taken 2 weeks to get on top of this of the first week, blah, 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 blah. They've explained everything. And normally what happens is that when you put a review, then the company can respond. So if I look over here, business has not responded. Business not responded. Look at these reviews and look at the number of stars. I would not use them at all based on that information. And I've just saved myself a major headache and a lot of money, because at the end of the day, that's not how I want to do business. Let's do another search. Let's search for Denise's Delights. Denise's Delights, is it there?
Mhm.
I don't see. Did I spell her name correct? No, let's try Spur Steak Ranches. Let's have a look. Let's do Spur in Sea Point. I don't know what they're called. No, nothing's popped up there. I'm looking for dial a bed. Maybe you're looking for a bed. Let's go to dial a bed. There we go. I want to buy a bed. What are the reviews like for dial a bed? Oh, lovely. This one, what is the total number of reviews? They've got 397 reviews. 1 star is the majority, and 5-star a few. So it's quite a mix, but a lot of 2 stars as well. 1 and 2 stars, and then a quarter of them are 5 stars. That's very interesting. It probably does depend on where it's delivered. No response to the complaints. That's not what you're looking for. You want a business to say, I'm so sorry that your bed arrived damaged. Please allow us to replace it. Get in contact with our customer care line, and we will resolve this ASAP. When you start to see that, it gives you more confidence that these people are willing to solve your problem. So I think that that is a very useful tool to save yourself problems with fly-by-nights, and there are some gangsters out there who are just taking money. You know, you might go to a thing called property rental. Maybe there was let's see. These guys call themselves property rentals. Their net score is minus 100. Oh, they're not doing very well. Okay, they've only had 1 review. But now, is that enough to let you know that it's not a good service? It might just be one disgruntled person. There must be someone who's got a good review. Let's choose search for who's really good at what they do. Let's try, let's go to Spur, maybe Spur just in general. No, there must be Spur Steak. Come on. Let's see. Spur Steak Ranches. Here we go. So you can see it's a bit of a mix depending on which one you go to. The Emperor's Palace one, worst meal ever. So here, for example, excellent service, having breakfast at Spur Smoky Ridge in the Highfield Mall. So here you've got these people recommending them. This one might tell you which branch it is, but also 5 stars. Don't go to the one in Timberlake. Go to the Grand Canyon one. Excellent, whatever, whatever. But notice they are not responding to the comments. And that is poor service as well. I think that any service that prides, any business that prides itself on its service will also pay attention to a customer. And there have been times where a customer was disgruntled and posted something, but it was not true. And the manager responded and said, here is the bill. They did not even leave a tip. They were served at 8 o'clock. They paid at 8:30, which means they got their food in under 30 minutes. The fact that they said they waited an hour and a half is not true. And we just wanted to bring that to your attention. So sometimes I've seen those kinds of responses, and then that's egg on the face of the person who was just there to moan anyway. Hajiri, you wanted to ask something?
Yeah, does Hello Peter do the same kind of intervention that like Brian Josh used to do? Is there anything?
No. So they're not an intervention, people. They are merely a sounding board for people to know whether a company is reputable or not, whether they are going to crook you out of your money or not. And you know, you go onto the internet and you see this lovely store that's offering like a bed, and you type in the name of the store, and then you read all those reviews and you think, okay, if I'm going to spend 5 to 10 grand on a bed, maybe I should rather go to one that I know than one that has got a good price, but very, very bad ratings, because then I know it's going to be delivered to me and then it's going to be absolutely awful.
But is there, you know of one like Off My Trolley used to be?
Yeah. So Wendy Nola, she is normally the person that took over from Brian, and you would basically send a message to her to say, listen, I went in, I took my car in for a service, it came out and the steering wheel wasn't there. Can you please follow up? Because every time I phone them up, they do nothing. She is an investigative journalist. She goes in and then she posts a response. I'll see if I can find her details online. Let's see if it is over here. Wendy Nola. Let's see if this is her. This is the one. You can go and check. She also, I think, employs mystery shoppers. You know, those people that get given money to go into things. Here we go. I'll post that in the chat.
Thank
you. Go check out her website if you need to go and moan about someone. Hey, Jerry, you can't moan about the boss, huh? Because she's going to come over to the work and then, you know, it's a bit embarrassing. So
yeah, I just find it like Brian Josh was like, he serviced quite a few of my members and he did really good work. Absolutely. So I was just wondering if anybody took over from him. I wasn't aware.
Wendy was the person that took over from him as far as I know. But she might have now gone into private practice with consumer complaints. She does write for some of the community newspapers. If you look at the Tatler and the Atlantic Sun and all those things, you will see that she has a column there when people are moaning about things. But yeah, I mean, you just got to make a fake press badge using Canva that you all know how to use. And then you can walk up to someone and say, excuse me, I'm here to represent Chaim Schmerel's consumer complaints. And we've had a complaint about one of the beds that you delivered. Do you have any comment? Because I'd like to put this in the Atlantic Sun. No. Before you do anything, let me see how we can make things right for the I mean, you can do that. Why not? That certainly works. They're not going to go and check your badge, and they're not going to ask who Chaim Schmerel's consumer services are. So why not? Go for it. You could be the next Brian Joss. All right.
Thanks, Steve.
Do we have anything else over here on my list? One more thing. This is an app called Flipboard. And Flipboard, you can find it on both the Apple and the Android computers, phones. Flipboard. And, oh, she's on Cape Talk on a Wednesday afternoon after 2. You see? She's big bada boss. And if you go along to the app, I'm going to share it now with you. I'm going to look for Flipboard. Here we go. I have it over there. When you sign into Flipboard, you choose the topics that interest you. And now, for example, it says the Taliban reportedly won't let planes leave Afghanistan until they get more out of the Americans. 25% of SA adults are now at least partially vaccinated. New MU variant of COVID-19. Oh, lovely. We like it when there are new variants. Keep us on our toes. Some of the articles might be subscription-based. So you'll notice on the left, that one there says subscription might be required. But if you swipe to the right, there's the daily edition. You swipe to the right again, there's my science. You swipe to the right, there's my photography, nothing there. You swipe to the right, South African news. Oh boy, was this a surprise that Jacob Zuma was going to get medical parole, because we know that his very good friend Shabir Sheikh, for someone who had hypertension, which apparently is a life-threatening thing, he was able to play golf and do all those sorts of things, and was accosted on the golf course while in semi-decent health and chasing people around with a golf club, which with hypertension you shouldn't do. And now we've got Jacob Zuma with a mysterious medical condition, and now he's been put on medical parole. So there are no surprises there. I think that also might be done to appease the political situation, but maybe that's not the case. Maybe the article reveals. Let's click on the article. And now we can read what it's all about. There we go. We can read the article. That is lovely. And when we're done, click on the back arrow and we're back again. Now, of course, I can also go and search for topics. If I click on the little magnifying glass on the bottom, I can now pick something like the Paralympics. That's a good one. Top results. These are magazines with articles about the Paralympics. Let's go to that one there. Look at this. They've got quite a few things here. And every time you swipe up, look what it's doing. It's opening up a new article each time. So what I like about Flipboard is that it's very interactive. It's just swiping up and down, left and right. And once you've put in the things that interest you, then it's very easy to find those topics. So if I go to South Africa, I can choose South African lifestyle, news, travel, photography. What else is South African business? South African food. If I click on that, then it'll add it to my list of things I'm interested in. South African news I need to follow. Follow. Oh, personalize. I want politics. I want Cyril Ramaphosa and business. Done. Add to home. So now what it's done is it's updated my South Africa one to also include news with those particular focuses or foci. So that means it enables me to get more specific news. So if I click on home and I look at South African news and I start scrolling up, you can start to see some interesting things popping up. Let's see. Oh, there was a Zuma freed from South Africa. So obviously lots of different articles from different perspectives. Business unities, Bonang Mogale. South Africa is now a hard to sell global investment community. That's not sounding good. And of course, you can carry on and read the news. To me, it's like little bite-sized chunks presented in a nice, pretty way, easy to read. And if you're just sitting there with your phone looking for news and articles about certain things, you can just sit there flipping away. This is like Instagram for seniors because you can keep yourself busy with this particular app quite easily. And that was today's stuff in a nutshell. Are there any questions? No questions? Any requests for next week? Is there something that you would like me to cover next week? No? You'll just trust me to go and find new things for you to look at. I'll take it. I'll take it. All right. Well, Hijira, that is what we have for today. And I will send you the recording and hopefully we will have our links and everything sorted out by this afternoon.
PG. Well, thank you very much for this morning. I took away lots, from this morning's talk.
Well, then that was a win.
Really looking forward to going into all of it. I'm sure everybody else here is, Felicity, you've been on. I'm sure everybody else took away something. Thank you very much for your time, and good Yontif to you and everybody else. Just have a good one, be healthy, and stay sweet and happy.
Thank you. Well, we can certainly try and stay sweet. Happy? We're working on it. All right.
Yeah. Well, see you next week.
Okay.
Take care.
All right.
Take care, everyone. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.